In this video, we'll look at the different UI elements you can add to your app. In other words, the different things that you can put on your screen. We'll look at why you might want to use different elements and also the appropriate way to name each of these different elements. The first thing we'll need to do is switch over to design mode, since we are designing the user interface of our app. And here we can see in our design toolbox a list of all the different elements that we can use. First, let's go through a few of these and why you might want to use them. The first is the classic button. So a button is a really simple object on your screen. Probably every screen will have at least one button. These are really useful if you just want the user to click on something and get a reaction. Another example of a user interface element is a label. So a label is just a piece of text that you can add to the screen. For example, the title of a screen or some descriptions for things that I need the user to know. Notice these are all things that won't change as the app is running. So these are all things that the program writes on the screen rather than something that the user will write on the screen. The user cannot change the title or the descriptions on my app because I used a label. On the other hand, there are times where we would want the user to write down information. Maybe if it was a username or a password or a song or an artist to search for. In this case, we would use the text input element in order to allow the user to input their text. Another way to get information from the user is by using a dropdown. So a dropdown allows us to provide a predetermined list of options. For example, there are only so many genres. I don't want the user to type in any genre they want, especially if they may make typos while typing it in. So I decided to give them a list of my top 5 genres: K-pop, trance, gospel, musical theater, and disco. This provides them with a predetermined list of options, and so I'll be able to easily match because I know exactly how it's spelled and exactly what to look for. Another way to get user input, specifically numerical input, is by using a slider. So a slider allows you to move that dot along from left to right, and it will represent a number. For example, in this case, the slider represents a decade. And so I set my minimum to 1960, my maximum to the 2020s, and it's going to step 10 years every time I move that circle. So go from 1960 to 1970, 1980, 1990, so on and so forth. The final type of UI element you can see on my screen is an image. And you can see that in this little picture right here. So images are great if you want to show something visual to the user. You're able to insert a URL if you can find it online, or you can always save that file and upload it to your assets on code.org, and then choose it from your list of files. I also really like the icons that they provide because these are really recognizable to the user and are helpful for them to know how to use your app. You'll notice there are also other UI elements on the screen. I really like using radio buttons and checkboxes, but these also do add a bit more complexity as you're using them. So definitely feel free to check in if you want to learn how to use these advanced UI elements. The last thing I'll talk about in this video is something that is so important and so easy to do. And that is simply giving meaningful names to all of these different objects or elements on your screen. The standard way to do this is by starting with the name of the page. So the name of my screen is the search screen. I then describe what it's doing. So this is the title of my search screen. And then I'd say what type of UI element it is. So this is a label. That's the title of my search screen. If I click on other elements, I can see a similar scheme for their ID. If I click on this one, I'll see that it's still on the search screen. It's representing the song, and it's a label for the song. This is really helpful when I also have this element right next to it, which is still on the search screen, still talking about the song, but this time it's the input that the user is allowed to type in. So I can differentiate between the label and the user input. So let's try doing this one together. I'll start by saying which screen it is on. I'll then describe it. And in describing it, I've already said what type of element it is, the main image. So in fact, I'll just leave it at that. Another ID name you could have used would be something like logo and then image. These IDs will be really helpful when you start coding your app in the next videos. Enjoy!